Hello and welcome to the show. This is the channel where we like to give you our rating first and then talk about the things we did and did not like about the movie we just saw. Today's movie is The Invisible Man. Almost said Hollow Man. This is not Hollow Man. So, The Invisible Man. We're going to let you know what we thought of it, so let us know what you thought in the comments. In 3, 2, 1, see it. High five. Hell yeah. This was such a good movie. Nowhere near as bland as the trailers made it out to be. Okay, so The Invisible Man. We'll start out with the things that we liked. So Sam, do you want to go first?
Sure. I thought that it was very well done. I actually agree with you. I didn't think the trailer did it justice. I think that it was very thrilling. It had me on my seat, edge of the seat the whole time. I was really excited to see where the movie was taking us, and ultimately the end was fascinating. So it really was overall a good watch.
Yeah, the ending is fantastic. I was maybe expecting something else, because the guy that wrote and directed this, his last movie was Upgrade. Upgrade was one of my top films the year that it came out. I think it came out the same year that Infinity War came out. And I think it was my 10th favorite action film of that year.
I don't even remember it.
Upgrade's the one where the guy gets him and his, I believe it's his wife. It might be his girlfriend. It takes place in the future, and they get in I believe it's a car accident, and then some thugs kill her, and then he gets like the computer system embedded into his body, and then it starts to control him, and that had a twisted ending.
Yeah, now I remember.
And maybe there was a part of me that was like, oh, is this going to be as twisted as that ending was? Like, are we going to get like something that we don't see coming? But very, very satisfying. Elizabeth Moss,
she's fantastic.
She's really,
I love her now. I mean, I've always loved her, but like the last couple of years, just everything that she's done has been really, really fun and good.
Yeah, she's great. It's just a testament to how good of an actress she is. To go to something from like last year, which was Us, where she played like the cookie housewife friend, to this, where she's a borderline psych patient.
I mean, was Mad Men her first?
That's not her first, but that's like the thing that made her, I guess, really famous. Big. That's where people like notice, like, oh.
I mean, I guess she's not really in fun movies, but her movies are always pretty successful.
Yeah,
they have been, and they're great.
She headlines The Handmaid's Tale.
I haven't seen that. We don't have Hulu.
Yeah, but she's been pretty much fantastic in everything she does, just because she's a tremendous actress, and she shows it in this film.
She shows it in all of them, but this one is really, I mean, she was everything in this. Yeah.
So the direction is top notch. It's absolutely sensational. Leigh Whannell, like, again, just referencing, this is his, I think it might be his third film. I believe he did a film before Upgrade, but Upgrade was like the first big one that he did. And you can just see the way he moves the camera, the way he directs tension. There is something different about him as a director. Like, he gets it. And he's someone that's been writing films since, I believe, the year 2000. He wrote the original Saw film.
Really?
And he's in the original Saw film. The guy that wrote and directed this is the kid that is held captive in the room with Cary Elwes. I believe that's how you say his name.
Really?
He's the one that gets left in the room at the end of the film. He's the photographer that follows people around and takes their picture. That's the guy that directed this movie. He also wrote Saw.
Wow.
He also has a cameo in Aquaman. He's the guy that flies the airplane that takes him to the desert. He has like 1 or 2 lines.
Aquaman.
Yeah, he's in Aquaman. Because him and James Wan are friends. So James Wan directed Saw. He wrote it. There are 2 filmmakers from Australia.
Yeah.
And now Leigh Whannell is now starting to get into directing movies. And he's absolutely fantastic. If he keeps going with his trajectory, he's going to be as good as James Wan. I don't know if he wants to direct big movies like James Wan has, but his sort of techno horror type of films that he's now done with Upgrade and this are absolutely fantastic. And maybe saying techno horror, maybe I don't want to give too much of the plot away, but everything about this film.
What do you mean by techno horror?
the grounded reality that they gave the Invisible Man. Like it's the stuff. It's not fantasy.
No.
So it's like it's what they call like upgrade with like the body mutilation with the cyborg inside of the man with his thoughts. Like the cyborg was as an action thriller, but there was like kind of horror elements to it.
Gotcha. Okay, I follow.
So Lee Whannell's style revolves around using technology to drive tension
Like
and
a
thriller
modern
elements.
horror.
Yeah, and the Invisible Man takes it to not the techno side, like extremes, but like the tension that is riveted up in this film. The way he moves the camera, so like the camera will just slide across the scene and just hone in on an empty space.
Yeah.
And it'll just sit there while someone's just off screen doing something, and like you're just left to your own imagination. Like, is there someone there? And
Yeah.
like with the music builds tension
Yeah.
in a way that lesser filmmakers just don't do.
Yeah.
You look at stuff that, like the spin-off Conjuring movies, they're okay, loaded with jump scares,
I still like
but they're just loaded with what I would say like cheesy jump scares. They're still fun.
Yeah.
But Hollow Man, the Invisible Man doesn't have like cheap jump scares.
Yeah.
Like it's well thought out and earned when you do get scared. Like
Yeah, I agree.
the scene with the paint. Like who saw that coming? Like no, I
I
didn't.
closed my eyes. I missed it. I was like, man. It's the only time I closed my eyes. So because
It was
I
super
was like,
intense.
it was very intense. But then once I kind of realized what kind of the horror it was going to be, I was able to watch it all.
Yeah, and it's not like mutilation. There's not a lot of gore and blood in it. It's just
yeah,
it
I
gets in
mean-
your head.
The thing that makes this so interesting is it's not a ghost.
The score is fantastic. It's really eerie. It's not like music score, but it's like it gives a texture to the actual movie. It's like you can feel what the characters are feeling.
Yeah.
It doesn't like when a camera lingers on an empty space, you don't feel bored like you would in other films. Like there's an atmosphere to the music. The music itself isn't just sound effects. It actually develops atmosphere. Like David Fincher also does this with his movies, which is
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I like his stuff so much, where it creates atmosphere on top of that. It's sort of almost like a dance that they do with like the camera work, the acting, the music. And it really just pulls you into the film and doesn't let you go. I felt, and it's from the opening scene.
Yeah.
From the opening scene to the very end, like you're just locked in. Now we can move on to the things that we didn't like. So, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I honestly cannot point anything out right now at this moment. So you can go. 'Cause I can't think of anything that I mean, there were some long lulls, but I don't think that took away from anything because it was like a slow burn.
Yeah, it is a slow burn. So for me, there are a few, one or two moments in the film where your suspension of disbelief has to go a little far to actually buy into what's happening with the whole plot. One of the things that bothered me is the way the Invisible Man, he almost felt like he had superhuman strength, and like the things that he was doing are like not the things that someone of that stature would be able to do. And it took me out of a few moments. So it almost looked like it was like a supernatural entity in a way, because it almost felt like it was someone who had super strength. There's a few plot holes in the film. So if you do start picking some of the layers away from some of the things that are happening, like you're asking me questions, and we can't go too far into it because we'll just start spoiling the movie. We're not going to spoil the movie, but there were questions that you had were like, well, how did this person do this without these other people knowing that this was happening and stuff like that? And it's like, once you actually start digging in and asking the questions about like that kind of stuff, it's like, it takes a little bit of a hit for me when we actually start digging into some of the plot points and some of the things that transpired.
And you couldn't even say it's just movie magic this time. Normally you just play it off as like, Sam, it's a movie, accept it. But this one I had some, questions.
Yeah, I really wish we could like say the questions. It's just too spoilery to get into some of it.
I know, I get it.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else
No, I think
To me, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Thought the acting was fantastic. Love Lee Whannell as the director. He's going places. I would like to see if I have Universal and Blumhouse like working with him, which it seems like they do because this is same production companies that did Upgrade.
Yeah.
I would like to see him do the other Universal monster films. So, The Invisible Man is part of the Monster Universe.
Oh.
So, the old school Monster Universe is The Invisible Man, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Mummy,
Oh, really?
The Werewolf, Dracula. So,
Oh, really?
yeah. So, originally, Tom Cruise's The Mummy movie was supposed to be an interconnected movie with this. But that movie did so bad that they scrapped that plan.
Aw.
And now they're just making them as standalone films. And this is absolutely, I think it's the right thing to do. This is a great standalone movie. They don't need to be big action blockbusters.
Yeah.
Like this was a pared down.
Wait, the old Mummy, like the original Mummy from like 2000, is paired up with this?
No, Tom Cruise is the Mummy.
Tom Cruise is the Mummy?
No, Tom Cruise. Remember the movie The Mummy that Tom Cruise made like 2 years
I know,
ago?
but I'm talking about the other ones that I like. The Mummies from...
With Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
No, those aren't supposed to be part of this. Those are their own entity. That's just their own thing. Oh, those were just remakes of the old Mummy films.
So the Mummy by Tom Cruise had nothing to do with that?
What, with the Brendan Fraser Mummy?
Yeah.
No,
What?
it was a reboot.
Yeah, it was a reboot. But like they had the same thoughts process. Well, I'm trying to I thought that the Mummy was part of the Mummy.
So Tom Cruise is the
Tom
Mummy.
Cruise was a remake of the old Mummies from 2000.
No, it was just
No?
no.
Not a
There,
thing. Didn't happen. It's all in my head. I was so excited for that movie for no reason at all.
it had nothing to do with the Brendan Fraser movies. So what Universal was trying to do was they were trying to do like what Marvel did, where each monster was going to get a solo film, and they're going to build up to like a big team film of some kind. So Tom Cruise's The Mummy movie had Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in it, which was Russell Crowe's character.
It's a forgettable movie. I don't really remember that.
So he was supposed to be like the Samuel Jackson of the universe, the Nick Fury, and he was going to appear in the other character movies. And they actually casted the other characters.
Yeah.
So there was the Invisible Man,
Dracula.
the Wolf Man. I'm not sure if they put Dracula's in there,
What?
because also there was a movie called Dracula Untold. I don't believe we ever saw it. That came out in like 2010.
No, I don't remember that.
But
We
that
just
was
started dating then.
yeah. But that was like the first movie in the monster universe. That was actually tied to the Tom Cruise movie. But the Tom Cruise movie bombed so hard that they just scrapped that whole plan. There was also another movie. Angelina Jolie was casted as the Bride of Frankenstein.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I believe Javier Bardem was Frankenstein. I believe that's what it was. Frankenstein. I believe Dr. Frankenstein, not Frankenstein's monster. I believe he was Dr. Frankenstein.
Well, okay then.
Frankenstein's one of the other monsters.
Yeah.
But this was all supposed to be like one big universe. And
No
then,
idea.
yeah. But that whole thing, they even like with the Tom Cruise movie, they even have like the big logo that comes out, like the Dark Universe.
Yeah.
Never became a thing.
Didn't happen. Wah,
Nope.
wah.
Nope. Okay. So that's it for me.
That's it for me.
All right, that is it for us. What did you guys think of The Invisible Man? Did you like it? Let us know in the comments if you did. And as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we'll see you next time, guys.